Hello, good afternoon. Today we are going to talk about the cruise ship herself. The ship is going to bigger and bigger. Today we will take an example from the Royal Caribbean Cruises. Actually, they own the right now probably 8 of 10 biggest ship around the world. Especially for the Oasis classes, you can see that would be carry the most the most people, the big number of the people around the world. So okay, we can take a little picture regarding this one. This is all the adventure from the Oasis classes, the top five. This is actually it's a surfing, it's a zip line, it's a water slide, it's a flow ride like a surfing practice. Haha, so you can see that's a big ship, the biggest ship around the world. So you can have a lot of things to do on board the ship. It's a rock climbing. Actually, Royal Caribbean is one of the first. Actually, they are the first cruise line carry the rock climbings. The zip lines, I have never seen the second cruise line carry this kind of equipment. And the water slide, of course, is everywhere. But they got the one of the best one in the over the high seas. Okay, so so what I want to do is ask you to take a look the outside shape of the ship. You know what? I talked to you a couple of times. That's regarding the architecture of the ship buildings. In earlier time, the shipyard have no ability to build the ship like this one with a lot of balconies. Actually, right now the balcony is a money cow of the cruise company. Uh, they can put every person outside the balcony. They build the balcony rooms here. They can get more and more revenues. But on the probably last decades, just around 95, the very first one, around 130,000 tons voyage actually came out the world. They start building a lot of balcony rooms around the ship. You can see from this biggest ship of the world, I will be the oasis of the sea. You can see they got a one, two, three, four, five, six. They got six decks. Owns the they just build six decks of balcony rooms here. So at any time when you see a cruise around you, the very first things you have to see there's a lot of balcony rooms. That's a pretty new ship. Pretty more decks means younger. From property you can see the orange one here is a lifeboat. From the top of the lifeboat you can see the balcony rooms is getting more and more getting more and more. So the big ship, they get more entertainment on board and more things on board. So we just go back to see to get to see the deck plan of each ship. The region of the seas, that's a relatively small ship. You can see it owns only 1 to 12. You got they 12 they got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 decks. When you go to the next class, Radiance of the Sea, they got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They got the 12 decks. But then when we go to see the Alert of the Sea, we can see the number is getting big and big. You got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 decks. But by the way, here we're starting from 3 and we eliminated by number 13 here. Okay, that's a superstition of the Caucasian people, I believe so. Okay, let's take a look at the deck plan of the biggest ship, for example, the Alert of the Seas. Uh, you can see that located on the bottom of the ship, but of the from the this deck 3, but under the deck 2 or deck 1, that will be the bottom, very bottom of the ship. They put the generator, they put battery, they put the water purifier, they put everything downstairs, the heavy equipment, and for the people, for the crew, they live under the first, under the deck 3. So let's go back to see the deck 3. You can see on the very front of the ship, they got amber theater. You can see the little icon. They got two masks, like a joke mask. You can see this one is suggesting there is gonna be a performance taking place here. That's actually every ship that owns at least one or two theaters, but every front, we should say from the boat, front side of a ship, they always build the theater. On the very back of the ship, what are they going to build? They build the dining room, and on the back of the dining room, on this side, there will be the galley in terms of kitchen here. So, on the deck, on the deck, uh, on the deck 3, you can see we still have some outside rooms here. What is outside room is suggest here is called ocean view. They do not have a balcony. They do not have a veranda. They do have just a window. So you can see the sunrise, sunset. You can see the dolphin jumping from the water. You can see when you dock on the port. So that's most expensive way you can see outside picture from the ship. But when you look at inside, on this side, we call it interior room. Okay, interior room suggests you can see nothing over there. Interior rooms, there's nothing there. What you can see from the TV, So from the price point of view, today we will take the passenger point of view to see the ship equipment and ship facilities. From here, that's all called the interior. We can use the inside. It takes the same meanings. In this side, you got another ring here. It's like a skating ring around here. Okay, so that's a deck 3. When we go to the deck 4, it actually there's a three floor high theater. So you can have a upper seat. You can get a better view to see the stage here. And when you go out, it's called entertainment place. A lot of stuff was taking place here. From here, got the Studio B. It's a center ice rink. It's where the place you can skate. It's Royal Caribbean is the most creative cruise line around the world. They always need to create the new things on board the ship. So the center ice ring, is Royal Caribbean is the very first one, and they remain this facility on board the Oasis of the Seas. And Jazz on 4 comedy live here. That's all the place you can watch the performance. You can see the comedy live. That's people, the Caucasian people love most. And you can see here Jazz on 4. There won't be questioned. It's a jazz music played here. Okay, that's a very creative, very the ship company loves most is called a casino. You can see the pokers here. That's a money cow that made a lot of money from here, but from this ship, there's always busy around here. So for the casino, you can see we got the poker table, we got the crab, we got the slot machines. So we got everything here, and we got a dining room in the very back. Okay, so there's a deck 4. Okay, let's go to see the deck 5. Deck 5, I told you it's a 3-story high. So 3-story high. The amphitheater in the very front. There's another money making facility here. It's called a spa. And the fitness center. Fitness center is at no charge. But the spa usually depends on the service you requested. And I go to the back. You got the only place, only 4 of the ships on the Starbucks. That's Oasis class only. Starbucks, I believe so. But probably we can check around the Freedom class later. Okay, we can see the small icon on this deck plane. You can see probably you can see the icon. You know what's gonna happen here. You can see the people running here. It's called a running track. You can see around the ship. They will tell you uh, what's the mileage the around the circle of the ship to let you know probably it's a mile long or just 1.5 mile long, and probably you 6 laps, 4 laps or 3 laps for a mile. That's a running track here. And you can see the performance taking place here. Starbucks, you got the plate with the knife, fork, and the spoon, and you got the martini glass here. It suggests you got a beverage service around here. Wow, that's people love most is the shopping area. You can buy the port merchant. It suggests that's a house brand of the merchant with everything with Royal Caribbean logos. As a Lara, Bow and the Stern. There's a borrow the maritime. The maritime turns to name the Martini Bar. Sorrento's suggests it's an Italian restaurant. For the eye, the next cruise, that's the place, especially for the cruise company, can meet their future customer here. The cruise company offers a lot of benefit when you book your next cruise ahead. Probably they give you the free Wi-Fi, they give you the free wine, you get a free dining or something. Try to alert you, or try to attract you to book your next cruise in advance. As long as 2 years or 3 years, as long as you want. You just put a limited deposit, probably $100 deposit for your next cruise. They try to give you, they try to want you book first to make their space filled. Okay, so next cruise is a place. If you really a cruise lover, you should visit this place. Okay, you can see around here a lot of American name brand. Here is Kate Spade, Michael Kors, and and on the 2 decks or something, you got the coaches. That's a several American brand was carried by is carried by the Royal Caribbean. Mhm. But when you come to the back of the customers, it's a guest services. It's American. That's a Royal Caribbean card. That's a place you can get your help. You can get your everything from here. Actually, they can do everything you requested because guest service is pretty like the front desk at hotel. They'll help the guests, help the client help the passengers to solve problems. Okay. In the middle one is called rising tide bars. It's elevated bars. You can move in from deck from the this deck 5, right? From deck 5 to the deck 6 or deck 7. It's up and some from up and down. Usually you can take this put it like elevators. And can use the regalia. It's a shopping area. You can purchase like a watches or something. Across street you got the champagne bar, and then the back one you got the dining room. The dining room. So there's a 3-floor high dining rooms around here. Same as the Empire Theater. That's very very high. And then when we see to the deck 6. Deck 6 still got a fitness center here. When we go to the deck 6, you can see we got the rooms appearing. You can see all here with a small balcony here. That's the balcony is the place you can open your slide door, the glass slide door. You can walk out. You can smell the freshness of the seas. You can enjoy the breeze, the wind from the sea. Okay, that's a place you can go with your uh, honey to sit and wait for the sunrise and the sunset. That's the best option when you go on board the ship to book a balcony room from the passenger point of view. In the middle one, I will give you a later. It's called Central Park. It's around here. You can see Central Park. I will give you a video later. And then when you come back here, you can see a lot of dining plate here. It gives you an idea. You can get the food here, but some of the restaurant you have to pay. You get a better food, so you have to pay some reservation fees. And you can see the purchase place here, and the only in the one cruise line carry the carousel here. The carousel suggests happiness. So every time when I go aboard the ship, I always take a time to ride on the carousel. That's a very very good one. And on the very back of the ship, we can see it's an aqua theater. Aqua theater is a place where you can have cliff diving around here. You can see the ballet in the water. That's the only place you can see the aqua theater on board over the high sea. So it's a deck 6, and when you look at deck 7, okay, when you go to the deck 7, you can see another room showing here. By the way, we can look at here from deck 7, deck 8, deck 9, all the way up. You can see all the balcony rooms around here. But you have to know from the price point of view, in the middle higher place, the section is the most expensive one around here. And you want to book a ship, you got a better view or you got a better place, you'll be here. So if just the one under the deck, from the back, you can see I spoke to you earlier regarding rock climbing walls is located on the deck 7, on the very back one. So you can enjoy the adventure around here and the deck 7 and the deck 8. I believe on the deck 8 there will be all of the like a shopping zone. You got a coach here. You can see the martini glasses is a bar here. You get the Giovannini's table here. You can get a Park Cafe here. You got a Central Park here. Central Park is one of my favorite places around the ship. It is a real trees there. They got the lawns around here, but you can see the bugs singing in the evening. That's very nice one. Very nice one. So that's a place we love most. And on the very back one is a Dazzle. Dazzles is the place where you can dance in the evening. Chops in the grill. You can eat what? You can have your your steak here. Okay, so the deck 8 we have to go to on the very top one on the deck 14. We go to deck 14, you can see we have a lot of kids club showing here. That's all the play kids world. The kids is called the kids avenue. You can see it depends on from the nursery to the adventure science club. Yeah, you can accommodate all the kids from the 2 to 18s, I believe so. So for the kids, you have to join here. They plan a lot of juvenile activities, so they can play here for the deck 14s. They got a card rooms here. So when you go to 15, go to floor 15, you got an salary here. Actually you can see it's another dining place above the ship. I believe they do have a 20,000 restaurant aboard this ship. So if you have a 7 days cruise on board this ship, you have to spend every day for 7 days a meal for the 23 restaurants. You cannot finish it at all. Okay, that's pretty big one. The main pool, that's they love most for the sunshine, for the sunbathing, and H2O rooms, and then the living rooms, kids rooms, field teams. Also, you can see a lot of playground around here. And the sports court, you can got running here. You got dunes. You can play golf here. And then for those three, we just go one deck up. Deck 17. Okay, deck 16. Okay, you can see they got a floor rider. So we saw the video earlier, and the wipe out bar. That's it. Of course, it's a place you can drink. You can drink. Let's go to the deck 17. Let's go to deck 17. That's a sweet sun deck. Of course, that's a lounge. You can see it's a martini places. You can drink something. And for the most expensive bulk cabin aboard the ship is on this floor. It's called deck 17. All this cabin around here are two stories. It's just 2 floors. Sometimes we call it a loft. They got 2 stories. And they from this passenger here, they got their own lounge and their own kitchen. They don't have to go to the dining room for the dinner or for the breakfast or for the lunch. They got their own, just for this passenger only. So they got a better treatment. They got a better because they pay more. But for this kind of lounge, you have to access by your your compass card. Or right now it's a counterless. It's a touchless. Probably your like the iWatch or something to go inside these rooms. Okay, so got a 16. So we got a 17. The highest one we call is floor 18. Floor 18 is got the second floor of the balcony. So for the 1740, that's the most expensive one. Okay, we just finished the very concise deck trip. Deck trip here. We will speak to you some rooms in the next week. Okay, take care. See you next week.